Hi, this is where intro music would go if we had any. I'm Johnny, Steven's here, and this is Poverty Franchise Podcast. Steven, what do we have on the schedule for tonight?
Well, I think we're going to talk about baseball. I think that's the point of the podcast, but more specifically,
Oh,
all right. So we got. This is our first actual podcast episode during the season. So, just kind of how the season's gone with COVID. Going to talk about just either fluky slash breakout players for this season, storylines with our teams that we've liked, also ones we haven't liked, which is probably more of what I'll be talking about. But I think that should probably encompass the majority of what we're going to be discussing today.
great. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
So, I already know what's on your mind, Johnny. So let's just
Oh.
get this out of the way first. DJ
Oh,
DJ Stewart. Let's
right.
just let it out. Let
Uh,
me hear what you're talking. What your feelings are
my
on the
feelings.
king.
He's a literal god. No, but for real, so, like, obviously he was ass when he first, came up. Well, he was ass at first this year, and like he couldn't get a hit, although he was able to get on base via walk, but that's obviously not going to do much.
Hey,
So he got
don't
sent
say
back
it to Billy
down.
Bean.
Yeah, uh, he got sent back down to the alternate site, and then called back up when Santander got hurt, and then just like started raking, like hit 7 home runs in like a short stretch, and now his OPS is over 900, his slugging's over 500, um, and he's still getting on base at a good clip as well. So yeah, I mean, it's really good to see because he was like a first round draft pick in 2015, and you always want to see those guys turn out. And like so far, between last year and the first part of this year, it was kind of looking like, I mean, he might be a bust. So especially because he's like 26 now, so it was kind of like starting to be like it's now or never. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's shown his power lately, which is really good. Especially like losing Santander because like Santander was like pretty much our best hitter, um, throughout the first part of the year until he got hurt. So it really made up for that in the lineup. And obviously, like he's kind of just been Stewart's just kind of become like a bit of a meme just because he was so bad, and then all of a sudden it's just like crushing the ball. Um, so now he's all of a sudden like a fan favorite. So
Yeah.
I mean, you love to see it, basically, because the Orioles in general have played a lot better this year. I mean, they're not amazing; they're still under 500. But the fact that like we were not even supposed to win like 20 games, and like some places were saying like, oh, they're not even going to win 10 games. It's like, okay, well, now we've already blown that out of the water. Um, and like I was, and like obviously for a short time we were like, wow, we might make the postseason, and I wasn't really that concerned about that because it's like 16 teams are making the postseason. It wouldn't mean as much to me in the short season as an Orioles fan, just because we're still in the middle of a rebuild. But I'm just glad to see like the team competing and not still trying to tank, and like the young guys like playing well, and it's just like it's been a good mix all year, I think.
Mhm.
And like we like the pitching, like it's like a breath of fresh air because like the past 2 years watching the Orioles pitching has just been like so horrible and depressing, and like we've actually had several good pitching performances this year, so it's like I don't even know how to act. um
Yeah.
it's a good experience, like I don't want to ramble too much, but
No,
you know
ramble, bro.
guys like Dean Kramer and Keegan Aiken, and even the bullpen, like the fact that our bullpen has actually been like pretty good, or at least just
Bro.
like we've
Tanner
had.
Scott.
Tanner Scott is nasty as all hell. Paul Fry, even like random guys like Travis Lakins have done well. Dylan Tate, he just went on the IL unfortunately, but he's been doing really well. Hunter Harvey's been pretty good. Uh, 35-year-old Cesar Valdez just kind of comes out of nowhere, and he's been really good. And John Means, lately, his past few starts have been awesome. He started out horrible, but reworked some stuff, and his last start was amazing. He struck out like 12 or 13 guys, a career high for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, overall, lately, things have been looking up, and this is what I've been saying. I mean, we talked about on previous podcasts, and just like how I've been optimistic and just like, hey, like we got a lot of good guys that are gonna come up, and how a lot of Orioles fans are like, I guess just like fair weather, which to an extent I understand, because I mean it sucks watching the team like suck, but you know, I mean you just gotta stay positive and look for positive stuff, and that's happening this year. They called up Mountcastle finally, and he's been raking. Santander was doing really good. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just seeing a lot of our young guys come up and do well, and it's only gonna improve even more in the next couple of years as more of our guys come up. So
Yeah, for sure. I think the one thing that like really surprised me about the Orioles lineup, I think personally, has been Jose Iglesias like hit like offensive outbursts this year.
yeah,
Like the dude has fucking 15 doubles
yeah,
as a career defensive specialist.
yep,
Like
and one home run and an OPS over 900 is like kind of unheard of
it's
in this
fucking
day and
ridiculous.
age. But
Yeah, slugging over
he
500. Yeah.
and only 3 walks. So like he's just constantly putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
And like he's been like his first year with the team, he's become such a leader, and like he's such a good defender. Like just watching him, just even just like the eyeball test, like you watch him and it's like a world of difference when he's out there compared to like Velasquez or Pat Valaika. And just like what he brings to the table there. And I know like long term he's probably not going to be a huge part of the team, but like just like for now, it's awesome seeing what he's doing and helping our younger guys. So like I think he'll definitely be a fan favorite as long as he's with us.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a super cheap contract. I think he, at least here on Baseball Reference, he has a club option for next year. Like, for me,
Yeah.
like if I'm the GM of the Orioles, that's the biggest fucking no brainer. Because he's a veteran. Like
Yeah.
you're saying, he's good in the clubhouse. He's a good dude. He can help, give tips to younger guys coming up.
Yeah.
And he's I mean, offensively, he's one of the better hitters on the team, which is
Yep.
insane to think about. And
Yeah. I mean, he's arguably the best hitter on the team.
yeah,
Like
actually, no, it absolutely is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just fucking insane to
Yeah.
to even consider. So yeah, I mean that's a no brainer. Even if he regresses back to his like career average for
Right.
next year, that's a good just person to have in the lab. That reminds me of like kind of I guess our signing of like Jeff Mathis. He's like an older veteran with
Right.
a great defensively,
Yeah.
but Jose Iglesias can actually hit too.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I mean, you guys had Rangers legend Todd Frazier, so
oh god,
for
dude,
for a little while.
for like a
So
week.
yeah. No, I mean the good thing is that like it's kind of hard to measure. I mean, obviously you can't technically measure statistically like a veteran presence, but like just seeing how like in post game interviews and stuff and how he's acted around the guys, like it's really good to see. So it's especially with a younger team like our team. I mean, he's the oldest guy in the lineup besides Chris Davis, but he's hurt again and he's very bad. So
Or he also kicks puppies.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know anything about Chris Davis' stance on puppies, so that was a joke. Please don't hurt me, Chris Davis. But yeah, no, it's been. I mean, for both of us, I mean, it's not been a great year. Let's be real here. It's been
Well,
a very forgettable.
that kind of brings us to our next point about how the Rangers have been doing, buddy.
Dude, I knew this year was gonna be bad. I remember when
I did not think it was. I mean, I knew you guys weren't going to be like amazing, but I did not foresee this level of awfulness.
I remember
Uh,
when Base Reference was doing their the out of the park sim, and the sim
yes.
was just like fucking the Rangers. Like they were like by far the worst record in the league. Everyone was doing awful, and I was
Wow.
like, all right, like I know we're not good, like but like we're a third place team, like
We're not going to
in
be that bad, are we?
like it's the AL West. The Mariners are dog shit. The Angels could have the best player at every position and still lose 90 games in a 62 game season somehow. So like we're like I think solidified as a third place team, and this year has shown me that I was way off. The computers are right. They know everything. Um,
Yeah, it seems just like every player on your team has regressed at the same time, like almost.
yeah. Well, that's
It's
just the thing is like we've got shit tons of rookies and young guys now in the lineup that are like just coming up. It's really hard to be a good rookie in the MLB.
Yeah,
Um,
well, that and with this weird season, I mean, that definitely it's probably even harder to be a rookie now, just because like everything's kind of like so far from the norm. So
yeah, and then old guys that are in the end of their career, and then I don't know, dude. It's been rough. The
yeah,
can you wanna take a stab at who has the only person in the lineup that has an OPS plus over 100?
well, is it King Isaiah?
It is not Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's at 96.
Oh,
He's
okay.
number
Well,
two
now
though.
I just cheated and looked. So it's Ronald Guzman.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Which surprised
Well,
me.
he's only played 22 games.
Yes, yeah, he's not qualified.
Yeah.
So that's just been the story is no one's can fucking hit
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Well, we're all extremely disappointed in Joey Gallo.
Yeah, I mean, I was very, very scared that he was going to go back to true Gallo form. Um, he's got 31 hits, and 10 of them are home runs.
Yeah.
18 are extra base hits, so it's like he's being the three true outcome king, like we know he is.
Hey, I mean, he's still a very good defender. So
Oh yeah, no, plus defender, him and
he's arguably gotten better defensively, actually.
yeah, and like honestly, he has a positive WAR with a 179 batting average somehow.
Right.
He's walking a ton, um, so he has value, but not in the way that like a traditional baseball fan's gonna see it. They see that slash line, they're like, oh, what the fuck, this guy sucks ass.
Yeah.
But he can play center. He's a plus defender. He's got one of the best arms in the league, and he hits extra base hits.
Yep.
But Fool just whiffs on every fucking thing. If it's not on a tee, he's striking out or popping up or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
mean,
been
hopefully he can put it together again, next year. But
yeah.
I mean, according to Out of the Park Baseball, his simulated stats, he's got 47 home runs. So
Oh really?
yeah,
Well,
If,
I wish that was real life.
that probably could have been last year if he
Yeah.
didn't get hurt. But
You're telling me, dude.
yeah, I mean, he already hit 40 home runs twice before that, and he was actually on. He was even better last year. But
Yeah. No, he's I still have faith in him. He's still only 26.
Yeah.
He'll get his shit together. He'll be a good player in the league. I think if he can get that OPS back up over 800, 850 where he should be, you can have a low 200s batting average. I don't fucking care. If he's hitting 40 home
Yeah.
runs a year, you get him on your fucking team.
yeah, we still here at Poverty Franchise believe in Joey Gallo.
Absolutely.
So yep.
Absolutely.
We will never give up on him until he goes Chris Davis level.
Yeah. Talking about Chris Davis level, Oh my God. Just briefly want to touch on Willie Calhoun because man,
Yeah,
he
what's up with him?
he's been having a rough year. I'll give him
That's
that.
that's one way to put it.
Well, I mean, he broke his jaw back in spring training. If you forgot that, got hit in the
Mm,
face with a pitch.
uh,
Um,
that yeah.
Missed some, valuable reps because of that. He's been kind of in and out of the lineup. He is a liability defensively, to put it
Yes.
nicely. And you've got dudes
I mean,
like,
he's a liability at the plate too.
yeah, and that's the thing is he's supposed to be the plus bat. That's where he has value as a
Yeah.
DH really.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to get reps for dudes like Nick Solak, Leody Taveras, fucking who else? Eli White,
Yeah.
who's has, also not been great, but whatever. He's just came up. It's hard to if he's not performing offensively, it's hard to find a spot for him there in the outfield.
Right.
Um, so it's just hard, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think the only bright spots I can personally see on this team this year, what I'm actually like happy about, has been Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who still isn't hitting for power, but his fucking glove, dude, it's elite. It's
Defensive god. He's the new best defensive third baseman in the AL West.
dude. I can't think of a single other one that would be even in his same ballpark.
No, well, I mean, thank God Matt Chapman went on the IL because
Dude, I can't believe that
otherwise,
guy behind the plate, like insane. But yeah, no, he's if you look at the match,
he might win a Gold Glove. I mean, because
should.
Chapman got hurt, and then like other than him, I mean, who in the AL would be worthy? I mean, uh, it I mean, what are they gonna give it to Alex Bregman or something? Like, no, give it to the guy that actually fields like really well.
Yeah, no, if any Astro gets a postseason award this year, I don't care if they fucking deserve it. They're gonna get shit on. They're going to
Yeah, I mean, I think
fucking die.
any Astros player that was on that team is going to get clowned, regardless
Yeah.
of whatever happens. So
Absolutely.
that's a certainty.
Yeah, let me pull up the defensive metrics here, see if they're still showing him as being the best. Okay. Looks like he's now second in outs above average behind Nolan Arenado, but still first in the AL.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a
But still,
yeah. He 98th percentile in outs above average
yeah,
is like crazy, especially for a third baseman. So
he's got 5. Nolan Arenado's 6. Next closest is 3. So it's stupid, dude.
yeah, he's very good.
He's got a cannon. It's fucking ridiculous. He's in some incredible company. He's got more outs above average than Manny Machado, Evan Longoria, Key Brian Hayes. Dudes that are known for their glove.
Yeah.
Probably only beating Matt Chapman because he has more opportunities than him, but still,
Yeah.
he's right there.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, you were right to predict this. I mean, you were high on him before the season started, so
Oh yeah,
that was a good. I mean, that was a good prediction. He's been probably your guy's best all around player.
hell yeah, dude. I love my dude Isaiah, man. He is. If he can keep, performing at that level, I mean, that's what keeps you in the majors for, a long time.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
if, when you're like 32, 33, they're not having to, find somewhere to put you because you're just too inept in the field. You can still be a utility guy, which it looks like Isaiah can. I mean, he has pro catching experience. He can play middle infield. He can play third. They could probably fucking throw him in the outfield if they wanted to. He's fast. Like,
Yeah. He's super valuable for you guys. I mean, a guy that can play pretty much anywhere, and he's been a decent hitter. I mean, I think he's improved since since last year, and been very good defensively. So, someone like that's like really good to have on your team.
absolutely. But the real king of the Rangers has got to be Lance Lynn, who is just fucking shoving this year.
Oh yeah. I mean,
for no
always
reason.
been pretty. Yeah, I know. I mean, he's always been pretty good in general throughout his career.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much his best season. It's
Yeah.
actually very shocking he didn't get traded.
Yeah, they should have.
Consi- I mean, yeah, I mean they probably should have, considering what teams have gotten, for less. I mean, because he's like, one of the better pitchers in the American League, and like the Orioles were pulling in prospects left and right for, Michael Givens and Miguel Castro, and those are just kind of like, decent. I mean, they're decent relievers, and then, Lance Lynn's a frontline ace pitcher,
Mhm.
and it's like, I mean, I guess the asking price was too high, or I don't know, but I mean, you guys definitely could have gotten a lot for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't make sense, but I'm glad that we have at least a couple players on the field that are legitimate,
Yeah.
competitive MLB players, that we're not just fucking just throwing out whoever can take up a spot in the field and eat some plate appearances and some batters. Like
Yeah.
I commend that, but I also feel like it's kind of wish-washy that we're just like, are we going full tank? Like, obviously we're going full tank, but it's like we're not like committed to it, you know.
Yeah.
And when we've
Yeah,
got some,
it seems a little bit uncertain, I guess. I mean, you guys have the worst record in the AL, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like I said, I didn't really expect this completely, because you guys were like decent last year, like, so it wasn't like, you know, you were really in tank mode last year. Usually, like, tanking kind of starts happening after like you were good, and then you kind of just, your better players start leaving, and then you start playing worse, etc. But I mean, you guys actually had improved last year over 2018, and then now this year it's like just completely regressed. But I mean, hopefully you guys can like rebuild the farm system fast, so you don't tank for like years, because
Yeah.
that would be extremely painful.
yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have faith in our young guys to improve and be a solid core, moving forward years to come, but we gotta start supporting it with some actual like decent signings, or else we're fucked.
Yeah,
We're just gonna
I
be,
mean, it didn't help that Corey Kluber got hurt.
yeah, first pitch of the
You know.
fucking year, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, Emmanuel Clase would have been kind of nice to have this year, and going forward. Is he? Oh, he didn't play. He hasn't pitched this year. He was injured, right? I think.
Don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, don't know.
We're very prepared here at this podcast.
Incredibly prepared. I
Yes.
know things. I was gonna ask if you think you think Cy Young. You think Lance Lynn's a legitimate Cy Young candidate, but I remember Shane Bieber exists, so that's not happening.
I mean, yeah, he's a candidate. I mean, he's not gonna win,
Yeah.
but maybe he'll get a couple
Big
votes, but not with Bieber, and even like Garrett Cole is still doing well. I mean, he's not as good as Bieber has been this year, but he's improved a lot over like kind of he initially he had some a little bit of rocky outings, but now he's kind of back to his form.
Mhm.
So
Unfortunately.
no, but I mean, I think yeah, I think Bieber's pretty much got it locked up, because he's been like just almost unhittable this year.
Yeah, no, he's been stupid. He has like, God, what's his fucking K per 9 at? It's something ridiculous. He broke the record for like
Yeah.
most, or like fastest to like 100 strikeouts in a season, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, his K per 9 is at 13.9.
For a fucking starter, dude.
Yeah. He's I mean, he's really shoving this year. I mean, he obviously was like, showed last year he was a ace type pitcher, and then this year he's just going like full send. So
The last send.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess the actual debate for Cy Young's probably going to the in the National League.
Yeah.
You see, you got who's all in that mix for that? I mean, you got DeGrom, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, DeGrom, Bauer, Lamet. Yeah, I mean,
Fried, Wheeler.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Oh, and you Darvish, can't forget
oh
Rangers legend you Darvish.
King 7 picks
Yeah, well,
Mitch.
I saw a good stat uh yesterday uh that Jacob deGrom has faced like the a higher percentage of the offenses he's faced have been like in the top offenses in the league
Hmm.
compared to Bauer and Darvish. Like I think it was like he's thrown 60% of his innings against like the top offenses in the league compared to like Bauer and Darvish are like at like 10 and 11%. Uh, and I mean that alone right there uh, is a lot for me. Like I mean I still thought it was DeGrom anyway,
Hmm.
just because of like he's so good.
Hmm.
But knowing that he's throwing more innings against better pitching
Yeah.
is like huge, and I hope that factors into votes. Because that is like, and that's not to take away from other guys pitching, but it's just like when you're facing better offenses and you're still uh, doing that well.
2.1 ERA.
Um,
Yeah.
Right, and the other teams that he's facing, they face DeGrom all the time, but they're still in the top offenses, meaning that they're doing damage against other teams, obviously. But when they face DeGrom, they're not doing as much.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a weird year because the teams are only playing within their division and their counterparts in the opposite league. So, I mean, I think that's something that has to be taken in consideration, and I think that's why it's kind of hard to just pick one guy out of the entire league because, I mean, it's a different set of circumstances for each division. Um, that's why I saw like they should pick regional winners, which I would think is cool. I don't know if they're gonna do anything like that.
Mm.
Not officially. But it's like any award this year kind of has to be taken with a grain of salt and keep that in mind that the teams aren't playing their regular schedules. They're playing the same 8 or 10 teams over and over and over and over again rather than the entire league. So it's different for each division, different for each pitcher. They're facing completely different guys. So
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's just so many different weird quirks you have to take into consideration just with this season,
yeah,
the structure. So yeah, that's definitely a great point there. Um, I'm very, I don't know, I have no clue, I guess, who my NL Cy Young is, just because there's just so many, I think, great choices. I think ultimately my pick is going to be DeGrom as well, just because he's just shown he's been consistently dominant.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it just that East division is fucking stupid. I mean, when you've
yeah.
got let's name all the insane hitters out in the East like this
The
season.
entire Atlanta Braves lineup.
The entire Atlanta Braves lineup. You got Bryce
uh,
Harper, Giancarlo
yeah,
Stanton, Luke Voigt. Um,
yeah. The guys on the Yankees, I mean the Marlins have been playing well. Honestly, they're above 500. Um, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
even the Nationals, he faces Juan Soto all the time, or they play, they play the Nationals pretty frequently. Um, like I said, I mean, I already said the Braves, Freddie Freeman and Acuna, those guys. I mean, they're playing them all the time. Uh, the Rays, the Rays are in the AL East, so I mean, it's not like they're playing trash teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think Max Fried has potential to, for the same argument, you know, get some really good votes, because he's been. I didn't realize how dominant he was this year. The
Yeah,
dude hasn't
I
given
mean
up a
him and
home run this season.
yeah, that's insane.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
It's fucking ridiculous. And he's not striking dudes out. He's just
right.
weak contact or something.
He's Maddoxing them to death.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
we need some more Maddoxes in the league. We need some more Kyle
More Kyle
Hendricks,
Hendricks. Yeah.
the professor. Um,
Yeah, I mean him and Bauer are really shoving.
yeah,
So that's I mean obviously that's big too. I mean yeah, not giving up a home run all year so far is pretty insane.
yeah,
Um,
it's fucking stupid.
so yep.
It also brings me to my favorite, I guess. I don't know, just fact about them is that Lucas Giolito, Max Fried, and Jack Flaherty all went to the same high school, and they all graduated within 3 years of each other.
Yes.
Bro, imagine fucking being a high school hitter and in their like division having to face
Yeah.
either Lucas Giolito, Max Fried, or Jack Flaherty. Like,
Yeah. I wonder how many
oh,
potential careers they ruined because
they were just
they were
dominating.
They were pitching so well in high school.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy
That's
how
crazy.
like I don't know. I guess just how much that like, I guess, good programs can just like bring up and like maximize talent at that age. 'Cause, like there's several schools like that have had the same thing, like the Arenado and Chapman going to the same high school.
Yep.
Shit like that. It's a fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. There's something in the water down there. So.
Yeah. I think both. Yeah, all of them are in California, so who knows, man?
Yeah, California breeds a lot of ball players. Them
Yes,
in
sir.
Texas, Florida, a lot of
This is
guys
true.
come from there. So
Texas be having some fellas coming out of here. I'm be real with you. I want to see if there's anyone else out of Nolan Arenado and Matt Chapman's school. Just Austin Romine. But he is.
well, I mean, hey, he's a big leaguer.
He is a big leaguer. Absolutely.
He's a veteran. So any guy that plays in the league for an extended period of time, it's like that's a huge achievement.
Also, I didn't know Nolan Arenado had a brother that also played professionally. Didn't get to the pros, but Jonah Arenado made it to Double A last year with Richmond.
Wow,
It's crazy.
the more you know.
The more you know, baby. We just figured out all kinds of fun facts on here. We're just
Yeah.
kind of quirky like that.
It's pretty epic.
Pretty fucking epic. Oh my god. So we talked about Cy Youngs. Let's talk about some Rookie of the Year.
Right.
So what? I mean, I feel like AL, it's pretty easy. That's just Kyle Lewis's award at this point.
Yeah, I mean, especially since like Robert is totally tanked. He was doing really well.
Yeah.
And he's played, the whole season. It's like obviously I'm a little biased, but I still think it should be Ryan Mountcastle. Not really. But, I mean, if he played the whole season, he could obviously. I mean, he still should get votes, I think, because he's played really, really well. But Kyle Lewis has played the whole year and been consistently good the whole year. So it probably will be him, and I will not be mad if it's him because he's a good player and he's breaking out this year. It's kind of like it's sad to see how bad Luis Robert has been lately because he started out really well, and he's been just absolutely terrible lately.
Yeah.
But he's still very young, so he can turn it around.
Oh yeah, he's 3 years younger than Robert or Kyle Lewis is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, probably Kyle Lewis's award. I think Mountcastle gets some votes. Maybe Robert gets some pity votes at this point for playing well in the first half. But yeah, he's been pretty bad lately. So
I think you might actually get some solid support just because I mean you might have the old heads being like the whole oh well he's playing on the better team so he's been more valuable.
Yeah.
They're doing better with him.
Yeah.
I could see
I mean,
that.
and I think, I mean, he also had the attention going into the year of being like he was a top prospect. Because I mean, you look at his stats now, and if he was just not really a prospect and was still a rookie, you wouldn't have, even ever thought he was gonna win it. But you know, obviously having the hype around him helped, and he was living up to it at first. But not so much lately. So like we said, probably Kyle Lewis. I mean, I can't really think of any other big name in the AL that it would be more likely to go to.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Props to him for being more consistent and probably pulling out solid Rookie of the Year.
Hell yeah, he's got that shit. It's gonna make my rookie card that I have of him that more valuable. So thank you, Chief. I think NL there's definitely more room for discussion.
Yeah,
I know I was talking Cronenworth.
right.
You were thinking, fuck, what's his face? All right,
Devin Williams,
Devin
bro.
fucking Williams.
Put some respect on his name. No, I mean, yeah. So like, we talked about before the show, but I mean, I don't have any problem with Cronenworth. Like, obviously, I love second baseman that hit well, and he's been very good, and he's playing on
And
a good
pitch.
team. Yeah, yeah.
He was a pitcher in the minors. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, and it's also like he kind of came out of nowhere too, because like I hadn't heard of him until this year. I mean, maybe that's my own ignorance, but I mean he's a 26-year-old rookie, so it's not like he was a crazy prospect or anything.
Oh no.
Which is even, I mean, that's also a good case for him. I mean, hey, dude kind of has come up, 26, which is like, quote unquote kind of old for a rookie.
Yeah.
Especially on a team, with guys like Grisham and Tatis who are younger. But yeah, I mean, he's been really good. I'm leaning towards Devin Williams personally, just because, so Cronenworth is a good player, but he's a smaller piece of a bigger team.
Yeah.
And but Devin Williams is like straight up like the best reliever in all of baseball. Like his stats, like and his advanced statistics, like everything is absolutely insane. So I don't know, that just like stands out to me. Like he's doing more than like a huge amount of other players. Like there's a lot of hitters similar to Cronenworth. I mean, obviously he's better than a lot of rookies, and like I said, I'm not trying to take away from that or anything. I'm just saying like Devin Williams is like the absolute like king of like all relief pitchers right now.
Yeah.
And that's just like you're beating out a lot of guys like as a rookie. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And I don't know, I think it's weird just to see. I don't know, cuz like I feel like most relievers, they come up as starters and then they do shitty and then they're like relegated to the bullpen and they do better. It's I guess it's just interesting to see a guy come up and just be a reliever at 26. Yeah, just be 26 and be fucking dominant, and them not want to like use him at the rotation. Granted, I don't know, his history or like if he even has like the stamina to do that, but I mean he's got over a win of WAR as a fucking relief pitcher is in this short of a season is insane. So
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, dude's fucking dominant. I'm to be totally honest, I've heard great things. I think he's the one that's got that really good changeup, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've seen him on a little bit of Pitching Ninja. But
yeah, he's on there a lot because he's just constantly throwing insane pitches. So.
That's crazy, man. I was trying to. I guess all my life I've always thrown circle changes incorrectly, and I was really trying to like figure it out. And that's a fucking hard pitch to throw. Like I feel like
the grip is awkward.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. So
the grip, honestly, I'm fine with that, but just like the release, like the way you kind of like have to like tilt your hand, and it's such an underrated pitch just because it doesn't have the I guess the glamour of like your 100-mile-an-hour fastballs or your gross curves or sliders or whatever. But man, that's a
Yeah.
deceiving ass pitch that is hard to pick
Yep.
up. So
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, and he's made good use of it, obviously. So
absolutely. Watching a random video right now. Yeah, shit's gross. Shit's disgusting. Um, but yeah, no, his percentiles are pretty much everything except for barrel percentage is 100%. His barrel percentage rate's at 56, which is kind of insane. It's like
yeah,
he's pretty average. People are barreling him up, but he's still got a .3 ERA. It's fucking stupid. If he can
yeah.
get
I
that
mean
higher, get more swing and
right.
miss stuff, like God, he's gonna have a good
Well,
career.
yeah. I mean his whiff percentage is 100%. So people are swinging and missing. It's just like when they do make contact, they manage to barrel it up, but they're obviously not doing any damage.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe that factors into it. Like so few guys make contact that the barrel percentage sticks out more. But I mean, dude's got a .6 whip, so he's not really allowing a whole lot of base runners.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that.
But yeah, dude, his expected stats are just not fucking fair at all. Expected batting average of .93, expected slugging of .179.
Yeah.
Launch angle is at 3.5%. That's just he's just giving up ground balls and that's it.
Yep. And he's striking most guys out, but yeah,
It's stupid.
striking out 8 per 9 innings. That's like, yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think you've convinced me. I think I am on the Devin Williams hype train now.
Yeah, baby.
Officially. Yeah, you got me.
Woo!
Got me good. Oh no. I like
Wish
the
we had
good
some
baseball
sound
guy.
effects. Yeah. Woo. Yep. No. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's kind of hard to make a case for a relief pitcher, but I mean, baseball's changing, so hopefully more people wake up and realize like how crazy this dude is.
Yeah, they're fucking
So,
valuable as shit, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I mean, and like that to people like, oh, it's a relief pitcher. Like, think about how many teams like implode because their bullpen is bad. Like,
Oh, yeah.
hint, Philadelphia. Like, they've got like how much money and good hitters, and their bullpen just consistently just implodes.
yeah.
They don't have a guy like Devin Williams, so
You get the glamorous, hard hitting dudes, but if you're only scoring 6 runs and your bullpen's giving up 8, you're gonna lose more games than you win.
yeah.
It's
I mean, because like now the Brewers are back to 500 now, and they're still technically in the playoff race.
that's crazy.
And like Philly is under 500, despite having like a bunch of good hitters, and their bullpen is pretty trash. So
yeah.
that's just like a quick example, but like trying to prove my point, how important a bullpen is, because like that's the back end of your game. So many games get lost in that time frame. You don't have a good reliever, or a good bullpen in general. Especially a huge guy like Williams. It's like your bullpen's gonna be ass, and you're gonna blow a bunch of games.
Yeah.
So
To be fair though, they did, I guess, attempt to remedy that. I mean, they got Brandon Workman, but
yeah,
he has been dog shit this year. Holy shit, he has been bad.
yeah.
And
Like I didn't really mean to single Philly out, just like because people just joke about their bullpen all the time.
It's
Like
bad.
the past couple, the past couple of years, they've kind of been like the
punching bag.
bullpen's been a punching bag, because like they spent all their money on their lineup, and then their bullpen consistently fails all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Tons of fun stuff. It's just they're just one of those teams, man, where they just, unless they just completely redo it, for some reason they're just never gonna be great.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of money. They have a pretty big budget. But I don't know. I mean, Philly's been competitive before, but this isn't a Phillies podcast, all right? So I just wanted to use them as an example,
Look,
of how important relief pitchers are. I love good relief pitchers. I love random relief pitchers that have great seasons.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big on that type of thing. So that's why I'm on the Devin Williams hype train.
Definitely has hype train. James Karinchak hype train.
Yeah, I mean that dude's a beast as well. He might get Rookie of the Year votes. Honestly, did he? I mean, did he break the rookie threshold last year? I don't think he did.
Let me look. He is. Yeah, he's still.
No, he's still. Yeah, he's
eligible.
still. I mean, he could get some votes even. I mean, you know, because he's been an insane relief pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his FIP is definitely, proof that he's better than even what his ERA is showing. So
Yeah,
he's got at 1 point.
And he's only given up 1 home run, you know, in 25 innings, you know, which is like super important for a relief pitcher, obviously.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If he just gets those walks down, if he gets a little more control, like he's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking dominant.
Yeah, that's the only thing hurting him. So I mean, him and Williams are like, you know, 2 rookie relief pitchers that are, you know, doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad, you know, social media and how, like, you know, advanced metrics and stuff have given guys like that more attention, just like sharing how nasty some of their pitches can be. So yeah, it's a lot of fun watching guys like that.
Oh yeah, for fucking sure.
Oh yeah.
I think so I want to give a little shout out to my boy Jonathan Hernandez, who I think is having a stat wise he's up there with like Karinchak, but he's, you know, you're in the Rangers bullpen, you're automatically, you know, dog shit. You know, I mean, dude's got a
Garbage.
2.6 ERA. You know, he struck out. He's got like a 9.1 strikeouts per 9, but I think just the fact that you're part of a pitching staff that just gets punished that much and you're still able to, like, you know, sit dudes down, only get on 1 home run, not walk a ton of dudes. He's got immense value. He's only 23. I think he just turned 24. So, dude's he's gonna be incredibly valuable for us moving forward if we want to compete within the next decade. So yeah, I haven't seen him getting any love, so I want to put some positive energy out there for my boy, my man. There's not a lot of positive energy going on with me in baseball. I'm gonna be real with you. I love it. I love where the game's going, but man, my team fucking sucks ass, dude.
Yeah, man. Hey, we understand. Like, Orioles fans been through it all, especially past couple of years. So, just gonna have to ride it out, bro, because it's probably gonna get worse from here.
Let's go. I'm all ready for it. Look, if it means we get to see...
You guys need to tank harder, okay? You need to tank harder. You need to get the #1 draft pick.
Trade every single person with LB experience. I want a single A team on this fucking field.
Everybody just stand there and take every pitch, okay? Sacrifice it all. Burn it all down. Got to get Kumar Rocker. Got to start over from there because it's
Bro,
getting real bad.
That's another thing that's fucking pisses me off. We're probably not gonna get him this year. Like, the Pirates are beating us by like 3, or not beating, but they're worse than us by 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, unless they decide to not take him for some reason.
You're fucking stupid about taking Kumar Rocker.
You never know. But yeah, you guys gotta try a little harder. You're doing too well.
Who else?
Stop winning.
Yeah, you're right. Who else is on the, I guess, the board for the draft? That's good. 'Cause I know Rocker's up there. Apparently, there's another pitcher from Vanderbilt that's supposed to go #2. So.
Wow, that's crazy.
Jack Leader apparently is pretty solid here. So, hey, worst case scenario, we got this dude, 20-year-old right-handed pitcher. He was teammates at high school with Anthony Volpe, whatever the fuck. So
wow,
that's cool. That's nice. Great player of the year. Look, I'm just preparing myself for the disappointment. You know, whatever. His dad was Al Leader. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice. We'll get him at least. We'll be fine. We'll be all good.
Yeah, either one of those guys. I'm sure.
Yep. It'd be like that. But
I'm very sorry.
it happens, man. It's okay. Um, this is my life. I love baseball. It hurts me. It's an abusive
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. We've both been there. It's okay. We understand.
Yeah. All right. Well, I figured we could close it out on talking about these MVPs, the big boys,
Ooh,
big old fellas,
thick boys.
thick ass stat boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Um, I feel. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Who gets this shit?
Yeah, I mean the race is tight because there's a lot of good guys in both leagues. I mean, you know, Mike Trout's obviously in the conversation as always. Even though I mean he probably won't get it just because he's playing on a trash team,
Mhm.
and that matters this year for some reason. Well, it matters every year, but whatever. I mean, you know, Jose Abreu, Jose Ramirez, Shane Bieber. I mean, these are all guys that are in the conversation. Luke Voigt and DJ LeMahieu too, I guess. Um, so they're both in it. For the AL, I mean, I haven't really decided,
Mm.
just because there's so many good um, good guys and there's good cases to be made for everyone. Uh, and the NL is the same way. With I mean, you got Freddie Freeman. DeGrom might get MVP votes. I think. I mean, I like dark horse because, like I said, he's another guy playing on a trash team. But like Juan Soto has been insane this
Oh
year.
yeah.
So,
Especially the missed a good chunk
I mean,
of the
his
year.
yeah, he missed a little bit, but I mean, he's just absolutely raked when he's been there.
Mhm.
I mean, I like him a lot for MVP, and I mean, Tatis has like slumped super hard recently, so he's kind of falling out of that race. I mean, it's probably between guys like Soto and Freeman at this point because Freeman's also been raking and he's leading his team to the playoffs. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's like I said, like I brought up with the Cy Young. You know, you factor in the guys that are only playing within their division. Um, uh, Almost forgot Mookie Betts. He's also in it for the NL because he's been doing Mookie Betts things this year. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I really don't have a definitive pick for either league because there's just like so many guys that are worthy.
Yeah.
Um, I'm kind of just looking forward to seeing who does win it, just because there's so many guys that are deserving. So I'm not really gonna be mad at whoever wins, honestly.
Yeah. And definitely with the shorter season, you've got like I mean if you're utilizing like WAR as your main, stat, since you're not talking about like 7 WAR versus 8 WAR. You're talking about like 3.5 WAR versus 3.3 WAR. So
Yeah.
it's just you got to factor more things to your argument more than that. Um, Personally, I think NL that's so fucking hard. I mean, if I'm looking holistically at it, I think you've got to give it to Mookie Betts. Um, Defensively, he's one of the best outfielders in the league,
Yeah.
and he's a plus bat. 157 OPS plus 960 OPS.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, yeah, that's the no brainer. Um, Looking at it a little more, you know, well, like I said, Juan Soto for his age is losing his goddamn mind out there. Freddie Freeman, if you're considering who's, I guess, like eligible stats, he's been great. Um,
Yeah.
Trey Turner also hasn't been getting enough talk for how good
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
doing.
That's true. That's a good point.
He's having a breakout season offensively. He's always been
Yep.
a good solid defensive guy over there.
Machado's been really good too.
Machado has been very good. He kind of took over Tatis's, I guess, unanimous MVP spot.
Yeah, he's actually he's heated up, and he's like hitting even better than Tatis has overall. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
This game's streaky as shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are guys that we've talked about a couple guys that started hot and have really tailed off recently. So, I mean, that's baseball, and obviously it sticks out way more in a 60-game season as opposed to 162 games. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. AL. Now that I'm looking at the stats, I did not think I was gonna say this. But again, if you're looking holistically, this is so fucking weird. You gotta give DJ LeMahieu.
I mean, I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like definitely the Yankees' best hitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
He missed a little bit of time, but I mean, a lot of people were like, oh, Luke Voit MVP. It's like he's not even your best hitter, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's got more home runs, sure, and I'm not like trying to malign Luke Voit. I'm just saying like you've got a hitter on your team that's better. So
it's fucking insane how cheap the Yankees signed him for.
yeah,
It's fucking stupid. He only got $12 million each year for the past 2 years, and he only got a 2-year fucking contract.
Yeah, I mean, kind of prior to coming to the Yankees, he was mostly just a contact guy. I mean, he had a bigger year in 2016 when it comes to like OPS and slugging and stuff, but 17, 18, he was kind of just contact, good defensively, but in 2019 broke out again. So
So I haven't seen him play in the Little League field.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. This year's been so goddamn weird, but at the same time, I've loved it. Like, we're never gonna experience something like this as a fan of the sport. Just so many just weird hot starts, just kind of being the entire season. Like you've got, we hadn't really talked about him at all, but like Antonio Senzatella for the Rockies also been doing very good. Who the fuck would think Antonio Senzatella would have a solid season this season? Like it's just stupid. Who we're talking about as having like great years.
It's crazy.
Adam Duvall hitting fucking like 20 home runs already this year. It's stupid.
I mean, even speaking of the Braves, I mean Ozuna, like, I mean he's been a pretty good player for a long time, but he's like just insane this year. So
yeah, I guess that's a little more, I guess, expected, but yeah, still he's been okay the past couple of years, and then just change of scenery, bust out.
Yep, he's in the MVP conversation too. People keep saying Freddie Freeman, but Ozuna's right there with him. So
there's that defense, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just me personally, but like I don't know. If you're just so one-dimensional in your game, I don't feel like I can vote for you.
Wow.
Look, man, I need some solid D. I need some solid ass D. You know what I'm saying?
And on that note, I think it's time to
time to shut the fuck up, Steven.
Time to maybe just stop, just out of context.
It happens. Someone's gonna clip that and expose me for it, and that's okay. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening. If you actively listen to our podcast, I'm very sorry it's been very spotty here this year. We definitely expected to be doing this more often, and I don't know, life's been weird for us and the world, baseball. So hopefully we can do more of these throughout the postseason. Have some fun shit to talk about. If you have any ideas for us, pop them down in that fucking comment section down below. We want to hear from you.
Send us royalty-free intro music.
Yes, sir. I actually need to have my friends record us something, because we have like recording
Oh.
shit and instruments.
Let's fucking
Let's do
go.
But yeah, no. Let us know what you think of the show. We love you all very much from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah. No homo,
No
though.
homo. Is there anything you wanted to tell the viewers?
Ryan Mountcastle, Rookie of the Year.
Hell yeah. Vote Ryan Mountcastle Rookie of the Year. I'll
Yeah,
Venmo you $5.
at least vote for him. Vote for him. Give him some votes.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking to you, Jeff Passan.
That fucking bitch won't tell me what Updog is.
It's terrible.
That's awful.
All right. Yep. All right.
All right.
That's all.
Bye. Have a good night. Drive safe.
Bye.
You know when you get home.
Yeah.